This is part two to the California expungement process. So after you get your court date and the courts grant your motion, it's deleted off your record. So when you want to get a job, you can now put no as your when they ask you for if you've been committed of a crime. So that's just not the end of it. The second thing that you want to do after you get this granted from the judge is you want to delete it off your public records. Most jobs in California, at least, and around the world, use these major companies to pull up your background. Number one, they use Checker. It's a company that's based out of San Francisco. If you need help with getting your Checker report, I can help you do that. I can also help you expunge your record from there. So if any employees use Checker, like a lot of them like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, if you wonder why you ever got denied those type of jobs, they use Checker. And a lot of these companies, let me give you some real sauce. A lot of these companies that pull up your background, even if you got your record expunged, they do not have a link with the courts, meaning the courts don't notify these companies. You have to notify these companies. So if you don't notify these background check companies that your employer is using, you can have your record expunged 100 years ago, they still gonna be able to pull it up. So what you gotta do is, you gotta get in contact, for example, with Checker. The second company that a lot of these companies use to pull up your background is backgroundchecks.com. They're based out of South Carolina. If you do not expunge your record from them by putting up your consumer report, then that employer is going to still pull up your background even though your record is expunged by the courts. It's not the court's problem or their, how can I say this? It's not their job to notify notify these other companies to expunge or delete your criminal background from these other companies. They have no relationship with them at all. And there's companies out there that help you expunge your record and delete from all these other background check companies, but they charge you thousands of dollars. Of course, I'm not going to do anything like that. When I jumpstart my paralegal firm, my price is going to be way more better than those. What you want to do is, after you get your record expunged, you need to pull up your consumer report. When I say consumer report, don't think of Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, Innovis, LexisNexis, etc. Think of all of the background check companies that these companies use to pull your background, that they selling this information to all these other organizations and companies, even though some of the data that they're selling is outdated information. When you get your record expunged, they still have your old data. You have to expunge your record with those companies